your nafs and all that. And the second question is like, it's like hard to put in words.
Okay, let me answer the first question first. You have Islam. Within Islam, inside of Islam, what makes life that is inside of Islam? It is tariqat. It is a life that is inside of the do's and the don'ts and everything that you are doing. This is way. Shariat is a way, and tariqat is also a way. But this is knowing why you're doing it. Not only knowing why, getting the answer and experiencing the answer. For the one who is, don't do that. Don't like that. So young, you don't do that. All right? Just, if you have, go outside. You're going to blow your nose. That's all. You're not going to like that. No need. You have to say, because from young they have to learn. Maybe he doesn't know. Definitely he doesn't know. Maybe he's picking up from here and there. He thinks it's okay. This is just an example of how people are. But there is a way that the prophets and the awliya, they're teaching us. Now, which way do we want to go? Which way are we going to go? The people are not knowing. Did they always not know? No, that's not true. They've always known. Because especially with the Ottomans, Sufism and Tariqat, they've always ruled. People are not doing something. They are knowing why they're doing. They're finding out. They want to know what it means. And they want to experience that. They're not satisfied with just doing. They want to know why. And they want to experience that. They don't just say Allahu Akbar and this is how you pray. They want to know why. They want to know why. What is the meaning when you're taking your hand up? That in today's world, so many Hojas, they don't know. They say, oh, don't need to ask. What happened? We became like Christianity? Everything is dogma? No. There are scholars and there are saints, which in the past, every scholar has to be a saint. Akhir Zaman, let's not enter into that. How are you going to explain now to them? Now, if I tell them this is some of the meanings, spiritual meanings of prayer, which other Muslims are going to accept? Immediately their ego goes up. Where is this in the Quran? Where is this in there? They're going to say that. What do you know? I'm speaking from the authority of the Shaykhs, from my Shaykh and from his Shaykh, and from that, and they're speaking from the authority of the Prophet and from Allah subhanahu. What are you speaking from? You're speaking from the Quran. Whose authority? Your own authority. Who says Islam is speaking from your own authority? Since when? So if I say, for example, when you say Allahu Akbar, you are throwing the world out. When you say Allahu Akbar, you throw. You're finished. You're finished with the desires and you're throwing it out, and then you're recognizing Allahu Akbar, Allah. And you put your head down from the heaviness of that statement, knowing that Allah is greatest. How are they going to explain that? How are you going to explain when you say that, when you throw, you say Allahu Akbar, you are at the maqam of Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. You have already cut yourself. And inside, you are at the maqam of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. And when you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, you've already made that sacrifice when you're making the namaz. Who in Tariqat is going to accept? Who in Tariqat is going to accept, or in Islam, people, Muslims who are coming, to say, when you finish reciting, you're understanding then that you are worse than the ones that you just say, Ihdina siratal mustaqim, siratal lazina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin, because you understand that you are worse than those ones. Because you have guidance, but you forfeit your guidance. You're asking Allah not to be those ones who are led astray or pulling the anger of Allah. But you're understanding when you're saying that, how many times a day you've done that. That with that shame, you bow down. With that shame. And Allah is asking, you bow down. And Allah is saying again, asking again. You're saying, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. How are you giving thanks? Until you get up again. You cannot take it, you bow down again. And this time you make sajda. We can go on with this. But how much are we going? This is something that Hazrat Rumi said. So in the past, people, they want to know. Yeah, murids are not even asking. How are we going to? You may speak, something may open up. You understand? Because they were searching. Which Muslim today is searching? They are searching. So, not understanding the ego. They don't teach them anymore. They don't. In the past, they were teaching them all the time. People are talking about adab, what we talked about earlier. Adab. It is not ilm. You understand? Today, they're concentrating on ilm. Ilm is what? Knowledge. In the past, they're concentrating on manners, adab. Knowledge you can pick up here and there. You will. Adab, you cannot pick up here and there. And adab, you cannot just learn whenever you want. And adab, after a certain time, you cannot teach it too much. Person is not going to understand it. There was a student of Hazrat Imam Malik. He spent 20 years with Imam Malik. As the Imam of a Mazhab. The Imam of a Mazhab that he was taking the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ, that is coming from the people who are practicing it in Medina. Very tight, very strong. Very close, very pure in that way to the Sahabi-i-Kiram. Certain things of the Maliki Mazhab, you cannot spread it. It cannot be carried by people, east and west, north and south. He said, 20 years I was studying with Imam Malik. He said, 18 years I was taking knowledge from him. 2 years I spent studying him and his manners. He says, by Allah, I wish I'd spent 18 years studying his manners and 2 years taking knowledge from him. Which scholar today? Scholar is speaking about that and teaching that. And so Allah saying, people, they run, we walk. People are walking, we run. So, today's Muslims, majority, they don't know. You cut off from the Khilafat, you cut off from Tariqat. Before Tariqat was ruling as an empire, you understand how important the Ottomans were? They were making Sufism to be something imperial. That they were saying anyone who has Wahhabi kind of idea, they finish them off. That's why they never have ISIS, MISIS, this never had that. They finish them off. You're disrespecting Prophet ﷺ, get out. Get out from this world. You're disrespecting Sahabe Kiram by calling yourselves lovers of the Prophet and lovers of the Ahlul Bayt, get out. You understand? Because Sufism was ruling. That's why they had to finish the Khilafat. So Sufism is not ruling. We have Islam that is private Islam. individual Islam. Not even nations are practicing Islam. That's why you see the leaders, they're not practicing Islam. We pull ourselves back on top of a mountain because we don't want this world. We don't want to be with people of power. We want to be left alone. We call people now and again maybe to those that they're looking, they're searching. You say you're searching, you can come. You're not searching, doesn't matter, world is wide. It's not my business. So, there is no importance to manners anymore. The importance it is to knowledge. Shaitan had knowledge, but he did not have manners. Shaitan had all the knowledge. He had knowledge. He was not an angel even. He had knowledge, but he lost his manners with his Lord. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, get away from my divine presence. You're going to be in punishment forever. What we can do? We be busy with ourselves. Those who are searching, come. If you want to learn manners, come. If you don't want to, we have only a very short period left until SahibulSaif declare himself. May Allah make us to stay on the Siratul Mustaqim, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Oh, any other questions? Bismillah. Yes? Some question here before? You finish. Inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow for Jummah. Let's see who is listening to tonight. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum.